I didn't know you were a player.
How long must I wander this barren land? How long must I wander this barren land?
Well, the whole idea of this song, Wander, was really based around being lost and kind of wandering through life. I guess that phrase, just how long must I wander this barren land, really just stuck with me. And I think that's just the whole idea behind it, is kind of wandering through this thing we call life. And I think sometimes just as humans we go through a moment where we are placed into this time of a barren land or wasteland, and sometimes in our journey that's actually a necessary part of where we're going to end up. Sometimes you need to go through some of the tough parts of life to be able to get back to where you really want to be. So that's kind of what this video portrays and what this song is about.
We're here at the famous wall drug, the Eric Bear. There's the famed Food Gone. Originally, when I met with the band, I had listened to the song a couple times through myself and kind of written down the images that I was seeing and kind of a storyline that I felt went with the song, because I wanted to bring that to them and say, you know, from an outsider's perspective, this is what I saw, and then see how that lined up with the vision of the song when they wrote it and really what the song was trying to communicate. It was amazing when we finally met and I was able to, you know, talk through some of the images and the vision that I had with the song, and just the reaction I was getting of like, yeah, that's it, like that's exactly, you know, what the song is about, that's what we want to communicate. So that was really an exciting moment. From there we were able to kind of fabricate and really pull together a story from those two elements. We started the music video very elusively with this young boy who's running away from home. I wanted to leave the space empty of why he's running away from home, because I didn't want to fill in any blanks for someone. You know, the music video is not about any specific trials or troubles. It's, you know, communicating to everyone that, you know, sometimes people need to get away to in order to get back to where they were in the first place. He doesn't really know where he's going, but he winds up in this field where his emotions kind of just take over and he collapses on the ground, and you see tears on his face. He's just overwhelmed, and in that moment he's able to close his eyes and his imagination just takes him somewhere else. When you first think of the word wander, you typically associate it with you know, nature and being outside, being isolated, and I really wanted to portray that in the music video, so I knew that it had to have a nature element and it needed to be somewhere that seemed very distant and very different from everything we've seen. We made the road trip to the Badlands in South Dakota. We decided to shoot on the Red Epic because, one, we knew we wanted to shoot in 4K because we were going to be in such a beautiful landscape, immersed in nature, and something like that calls for high quality. There are very few cameras that can achieve what we needed to achieve besides the Red Epic. We thought we were actually done shooting, and we came to this spot that had an overlook of the valley below, and there were rain clouds coming in the distance, and it was also sunset at the same time. It was just incredible. I just felt honestly so privileged to be in that moment and be capturing something that few people actually got to experience. Ultimately, my goal for this music video was to serve the message of the song. And I also wanted to create something that I was really proud of, that I could call, you know, my best work yet. So in the end, the young boy is able to come to this realization that instead of wandering around aimlessly, searching for something, you're able to step back and see what has happened and take something from it and learn something from it. So he has that realization, and then he's able to go back to his reality and make his way home and face whatever he was having to face in his life.
It's a wrap, bro.